Well, Brexit's been pretty positive for the pig industry. On the one hand, we've had a weakening of the currency, which has certainly helped. But I mean, if you looked at the lamb sector, it doesn't seem to have helped them. So perhaps it isn't all currency. The market has strengthened. This time last year, producers were losing money. We've now seen a rise in pig price of over 20% and put producers back into the black, which is where we need to be to keep reinvesting in our businesses. Other factors have also helped the pig price. China has been taking a lot of pig meat out of the European Union. On the one hand, it meets its specification. China's very exacting in what it's wanting. Also, the Chinese their own pig market has slightly declined in numbers, so that has opened up opportunities for exports. And the UK has also been part of that, mainly fifth quarter, trotters and ears and that type of thing, intestines. But as China gets wealthier, it's also taking in more expensive cuts. So a number of things have sort of played into our the look that you need in this business. That's certainly a big worry if the government went out there and did a free trade deal with America. America has some fantastic economies of scale and a very low cost of production, some very low feed prices, but it also doesn't produce pigs in the same way as we'd produce pigs in the UK. There's still use of stalls across the whole of their systems. There's a lot of products used in feed that are banned in the UK. So if they're going to do trade deals, it must be based on equivalence. We can't afford to let government lower the health and welfare standards, and they've fully understood that, and they've already pledged that they won't be doing deals lowering standards. Certainly, free trade with Europe's a very important deal for us. We do want that, and hopefully when you move outside the bluster of the European Union, that the trade negotiators fully recognise how important trade is with the UK, as we recognise trade is important with the EU. And I'm sure there will be a solution there. You listen to some of the more pragmatic types within the union, and they fully understand that this is about finding a deal, not teaching us a lesson. There certainly is, and we'll need government help to open those markets up and get ambassadors out there to break down those trade barriers that exist at the moment. But that's certainly what we've been lobbying as an organisation into government about, some of these markets that we think potentially could be good markets for us if we can create a deal. It's made imports more expensive, which as a British pig producer is good for us, maybe not as good for the consumer, because perhaps they may see some inflation in prices, but we're seeing inflation across all food products, because of the amount of stuff that comes into the country. It's an opportunity to produce more pig meat domestically. It's certainly going to be a positive year ahead. Obviously it's sort of exciting, but at the same time also worrying. But I think when we move outside of the doomsayers, I think we've seen some areas of the media being very negative on Brexit, and I don't think that helps. I think we've got to make the best of this. Myself, I was a Remainer, but I can certainly see that there's positives about coming out of the union. But we've got to make that happen. We've got to make sure that those people who are cutting trade deals for us understand what's at stake. Well, we've got our Northern Region National Pig Association meeting, which is the first of the spring meetings. We hold 4 of these across the UK, split into 4 different regions, and it looks as though we've got a nice healthy turnout of 50 plus members tonight, which is excellent. Tonight, probably the main part of the focus will be on antimicrobials and the work that the industry is doing to reduce its usage of antibiotics. There's been a huge amount of work going on this last year, and myself, as part of the Responsible Use of Medicines in Agriculture Task Force, known as the Rumour Task Force, and within 3 months' time we have to set standards for the industry and a target that we've got to hit. So tonight we're just trying to encourage people to get as much data onto the system, so that when we set these targets we're working from good sound figures, and that we set a target that's challenging, but the industry can hopefully achieve.